Why does your job suck? It's not because you got unlucky to be hired by a company with a terrible culture. It's not because you just gotta work your way up the ranks and then things will get better. It's not even because your manager is a total tool. No, your job sucks because it was designed that way. Let's take a trip back to the capitalistic workshops of the 19th century where Frederick Taylor was experimenting with a new industrial model for work. At first, he would measure the number of steps it would take to carry ingots of steel from one part of the steel plant to the other. He wanted to understand the optimum amount of steel a person would carry without hurting their back, but heavy enough that they minimize the amount of trips they need to take. Kind of like how you take your groceries inside. His studies began to evolve from just looking at the physical controls to understanding the psychological factors as well. This led to a whole movement of studies about work, like the Hawthorne effect, to see if adjustments in the workspace lighting might improve worker productivity. But like all capitalistic systems who prioritize growth at all costs, things took a turn for the worst. Upper management was threatened by the most skilled craftsmen, who often were the ones who were promoted to foreman. The business owners perceived their skills and knowledge as a threat, because worker power was viewed as a threat to profits. So Frederick Taylor was approached by these business owners to figure out how to reduce all work into the simplest routines so that skilled workers could be replaced by unskilled laborers so as to not pose a threat to upper management. And while they are at it, make labor much cheaper. So he started to measure things like how long it would take to complete certain tasks. Then he started to boil complex tasks down to a few simple steps, or have individuals do one or two tasks really well as part of the process instead of knowing how to do the entire process start to finish. In short, workers got really good at doing one thing rather than being proficient at doing the whole thing. Think about how disempowering this is to the employee. You are now just a cog in the machine, and therefore, no longer a threat. You might think these are old school practices, but these ideas never went away. In fact, we've been perfecting them for over 100 years. So here we are, stuck with a model of work where everything happens in silos, and there are layers and layers of hierarchy, and nothing seems to be getting done very efficiently. What I'm saying is, your job sucks because scientific management techniques perfected over a century ago stripped workers of as much power and specialized skills as they could. So how do we fix it? Trying to change the entire model for work and get business leaders to adapt a new mindset sounds overwhelming, but we're gonna try anyway. Here's what you can do as an individual and how the collective whole doing these things will radically change work. First and foremost, develop the skills you need to advance your career, especially learning AI. You've been pigeonholed into a department, marketing, sales, engineering. That's not how entrepreneurs think. They learn the skills on the fly and when they need them, so you can get the job done. So become an entrepreneur and learn all the skills that you need. Sam Altman, the co-founder of OpenAI, is waiting for the first billion-dollar company to be run by one person using AI. Do you think that person only knows marketing? They are learning right now all the skills they need. So let it be you. Next, you can find ways to make income outside of corporate structures. Freelancing is a big deal right now. 1.57 billion people worldwide are freelancing today. And it's not just on Upwork or Fiverr. It's working within these companies as a contractor. Look, I know there's a lot of benefits of having a full-time job. You get a constant pay, people tell you exactly what to do, you do it, you get the benefits, and you don't have to try that hard. Yes, freelancing is a grind, but at least you're grinding towards something that you want, and you get to take ownership over the projects that you undertake. If you're worried about the benefits, there are plenty of companies out there offering healthcare to freelancers or contributing to your 401k. So learn to become an influencer on TikTok, design games in Roblox. Start drop shipping for all I care. There are plenty of options. And finally, find your passion and don't let corporations crush your light. You've been sold a lie that if you go to college, you'll get a high-paying job. That if you work 10 to 15 years and are loyal to a company, that you'll be rewarded. And if you save enough now, you'll be able to retire comfortably. We're currently watching those promises unravel before our very eyes. So no more chasing someone else's dream. Follow your own path and know your self-worth. If you need help, book a one-on-one coaching session or join our mastermind class every Thursday, linked below. You can also pre-order our book, Employment is Dead: How Disruptive Technologies Are Revolutionizing the Way We Work. Your job doesn't have to suck anymore.